Yo, what is up guys? Delboy here, aka Blue Collar Sports TV. Hopefully you guys are doing well. If you're new here, smash that like, hit subscribe, all of that good stuff. So, some good news coming out of the heavyweight division. According to Mike Coppinger, a fight between Otto Wallin and Dominic Breazeale has been agreed by both parties to take place in February of the new year. Now this fight, according to Michael Coppinger, will be on Showtime, and yeah, quite frankly, I actually don't mind this fight. Of course, Otto Wallin made a really good impression when he fought Tyson Fury back in September 2019. He was expected to lose that fight in one-sided fashion, but he really made a good account of himself, and he got people interested in his career going forwards. Now, he's only had one fight since then against Travis Kaufman, so it's been hard for him to maintain that momentum in which he got from that Tyson Fury fight, but I'm pleased to see this guy back in the ring against a respectable opponent in Dominic Breazeale. You know, Dominic Breazeale has only lost when he's fought for world titles. Of course, he got stopped by Anthony Joshua in, I believe, 7 rounds, and he got knocked out by Deontay Wilder in 1 round. But Dominic Breazeale, at a certain level, can be a bit of a handful. He's a big lump. He seems to carry power in both hands. He's got a pretty good chin. And ultimately, he can test heavyweights at a certain level. You know, he's beaten the likes of Amir Mansour, for example, and he knocked out the prospect Izu Agono, who was highly touted at one point. If you're not good enough in the heavyweight division, Dominic Breazeale could find you out. So I think right now in Otto Wallin's career, Dominic Breazeale is the ideal sort of fight for him. I think it's going to be a good gauge to see exactly where he's at right now in the division. And yeah, stylistically it should gel quite well. Otto Wallin is a good boxer out of that southpaw stance, does the basics well, but he can mix it up a bit, he can get a bit grimy, he can get aggressive. And as we know, Dominic Breazeale is basically a slugger with little defence. So when you match these two guys together, I do believe you could get a pretty good fight here between these two. So yeah, I like the fight. I would favour Otto Wallin based on where both guys are at in their careers. You know, Dominic Breazeale's taken some punishment so far in his career. He's older than Otto Wallin, and you would imagine he's got more miles on the clock. But still, certainly a good test for Otto Wallin at this stage. And if he can beat Dominic Breazeale convincingly, then, you know, we can say that Otto Wallin is operating at a certain level, and he's not all that bad. Because ultimately, when you look at Otto Wallin so far, when you look at his resume, you know, Dominic Breazeale would be the best name on there if he were to win. So, yeah, I think this is a good fight for him right now. Stylistically, I can't see this one being all that boring. So, yeah, I quite like the news of this fight happening. I don't think it's officially set in stone, but according to Mike Coppinger, the terms have been agreed by both parties. Looks like it's going to go down in February. So, fingers crossed this fight gets signed, and hopefully we see it in February. You know, I want to see more of these heavyweight fringe contenders fight each other, because, you know, when you match these sort of guys together, I do believe you can get some real fun fights. We need to see a lot of these guys move forwards. Obviously, we're all talking about Joshua, Fury, Wilder, etc. right now, but there are a lot more heavyweights in the division who aren't really doing much right now to really stake their claim to be a top 10 contender. A lot of these guys need to start fighting each other because, number one, we'll get some fun fights, but also maybe we'll get some new stars, some new contenders. So yeah, this sort of fight I've got no problem with. I quite like the matchup. Like I said, where both guys are at right now, I would favour Otto Wallin. But yeah, it's a good test for him. And like I said, if he were to win, it would certainly be the best name on his resume as a win. So yeah, I like the fight. Anyway, share your thoughts below. What do you make of this potential fight? Share your thoughts below. Peace.